This is Mark Smelly Bell, and I am your ultimate carnivore resource. So please subscribe to this channel and let me know how the carnivore diet is going for you. Let's jump right into it. We're going to talk about carnivore variation. I don't think you guys understand how much variation that we have when it comes to the carnivore diet. I think you're just thinking meat. And whenever we say meat, you're just thinking steak. And for some reason, whenever we say steak, you're just thinking about a cow. But you can have elk, you can have bison, you could eat fish, you could have salmon, you could have whitefish, you could have scallops, you could have shrimp, you could have clams and mussels, and there's just so many different varieties of food that you can have. One of my favorite things to eat on a carnivore diet, I love eating bacon. I love eating sausage. I personally love breakfast sausage a lot. When it comes to sausage, there's tons of variety of sausage even. There's like Italian sausage, there's spicy sausages, there's just, the variations go on and on. And then in terms of like burgers, you can have a bison burger, you can have a regular kind of hamburger that you make at home, or you can roll through In-N-Out Burger and get what's called a Flying Dutchman. Do you guys know about the Flying Dutchman? You can get a mustard fried Flying Dutchman, and that is pretty damn amazing. It's just meat and cheese and mustard, or you can just get the Flying Dutchman by itself, which is just meat and cheese. You can also go to McDonald's or Burger King or any of these places. Now most of them have a kiosk, and you just order the burger by itself. Any restaurant that you like that has burgers, you know, you can probably get like a bacon cheeseburger from some of these spots. Let's not forget about how good an omelet is. Have any of you ever tried to make an egg yolk omelet? They're unbelievable. Now you're going to say, Smelly, tell me the recipe and show me how to cook it. Look, guys, I don't want to have to hold your hand for everything. I will show you when I got some time to shoot some stuff for Smelly's Kitchen, but it's easy. It's an egg yolk omelet. It's what it sounds like. Add a couple extra egg yolks, get rid of a couple whites, and you're going to notice the difference with an egg yolk omelet. It is so damn good. So try, I don't know, make like a 6 or 8 egg omelet. Take out 2 or 3 of the whites, ditch them, ditch those bad boys. Really, stir that thing up a bunch, throw it in a pan, and you have yourself an egg yolk omelet. Throw some cheese on it, throw some ham on it. Let's not forget about ham. Ham, turkey. You ever have boar's head, Black Forest ham? You ever fry that up in a pan before? Black Forest ham that you could easily put on like a sandwich or something like that. Fry that up with your omelet in the morning with some, I like American cheese. Do that with some American cheese. You'll be shocked at how damn good that is. Speaking of cheese, how many different types of cheeses are there? For some of you that are really trying to commit to losing weight, you might not be able to eat that much cheese, but for some of the rest of you, you might be able to enjoy a lot of cheese and still lose weight. How many varieties of cheese are there? There's feta cheese, there's goat cheese, there's blue cheese, there's, I mean, the list goes on and on. There's cheddar cheese, there's raw cheese. Cheese is absolutely amazing, very savory, very flavorful. And so those are things that you might want to try. You guys ever try a chaffle before? A chaffle is absolutely amazing. All it is cheese and egg scrambled up and then thrown into a waffle maker. I'll be making those later tonight. I'll record some of that for Smelly's Kitchen so you guys can see how that's made. But I mean, you know those commercials, those Geico's commercials, so easy a caveman can do it? A lot of this stuff is so easy that a caveman can do it. When it comes to steak, like, learn how to cook. Because part of the main thing of this diet, the carnivore challenge that we're running through the whole month of January, that was started by our boy, Dr. Sean Baker. We always have to give him praise and give him props for starting this in the first place and getting people to come together to get healthier, to lose weight, and to get in better shape. And there's no question that this diet is healthy, because remember, most Americans, I think it's around 60% or more, are obese at this point. Many are going to have diabetes, and many more will have Alzheimer's and dementia because they have diabetes. So when we can lose weight and we can fight against insulin resistance, this style of diet, a ketogenic style diet, or a low carb style diet, or a no carb style diet, or a meat-based diet like this, is going to help fight against those things, and it's going to help us to get headed in the right direction. you got high blood pressure, you got high sugar in your body, this is going to be a diet that you're going to want to give a shot. You're going to want to try. And I'm not just speaking out my ass. I'm not just saying this randomly. There's many people that have told me, that have come on my podcast and said, hey, look, I've got myself rid of a lot of medications that I used to take. I was able to get my dad off of some medication years ago by having him do a low-carb diet. I was able to help my mother-in-law last year. You saw some of the results that she had. She did fantastic on a carnivore diet. And then we plus the millions upon millions upon millions of people that are tuning into this channel, that are checking these things out, that are giving us feedback every single day, telling us about the weight loss and the dramatic changes that they've had. But look, there is a lot of variety on this diet. For me, you know, I still have whey protein shakes. I don't really give a rat's ass about somebody having these strict protocols about, oh, you can only eat this and you can only eat that. Look, whey protein comes from an animal, right? I'm trying to eat things that are animal-based. I'm trying to eat things that are going to promote me heading in the right direction. I would love for you to do the same thing. If that means that you have a serving of vegetables every day, I don't think that's a crime. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because all we're trying to do is be better than we were yesterday. That's it. And we're in this for the long haul. We're in this for the long game. So we're not just trying to commit to this really, really hard diet that we don't really want to do for a month. We're trying to commit to this so that we can turn this into a lifestyle at some point. So that way we can come back and push that reset button on our metabolism anytime we want, and we can utilize the carnivore diet as a strategy, just the same way that we might utilize a ketogenic style diet, just the same way we might use the vertical diet, just the same way we might use intermittent fasting intermittently throughout the year, right? Why not utilize all these things? There's a lot of great principles when it comes to nutrition. What about taking a diet break, and what about implementing, if it fits your macros, for a while, and allowing yourself to eat some Pop-Tarts and eat some candy maybe during your training sessions, and do some things that are a little different, that are a little bit fun, that maybe you don't normally experience? You think that you can still improve, you know, in the course of a year, you know, given that scenario? I know that you can, because I do that myself. I change my diet up all the time. That's a big part of Operation Get Less Fatterist, is to have a lot of variety with our diet. We want to have variety with this diet the best that we can, even though we're limited to mainly only eating animal products, mainly only eating meat. For those of you that like liver, and for those of you that like organ meat, you might want to try to mix that in as well, because it's going to add a burst of vitamins and minerals to your plan that otherwise you might not be getting. For those of you that aren't doing that, for those of you not interested in that, you can supplement that. But for myself personally, I don't even bother to supplement it. I haven't found a need to really worry about it, and so I kind of keep trucking along. The diet feels simple. It feels easy to me. I'll give you an example of something that I cooked up last night. So I ended up having a steak, and my dad ended up bringing over a salad that had steak in it. So I had steak and a steak salad. And yes, I did eat some greens. And then my double dinner, as I like to call it, because I eat twice at night very often. I'll eat at like 3, and then I eat again at like 5 or 6. And I had Piedmontese hot dogs all chopped up with some raw cheddar cheese on there. It was so good. I sat down and watched the show Succession. That's on, I think, Netflix or whatever. So I sat down and watched that for a little bit, watched 2 shows in a row. I was smashing on those hot dogs. So be creative with it, man. You know, think about some different things that you can make. Let's not forget about cured meats as well. A charcuterie board, right? You can have, you know, pepperoni. You can have salami. You can have prosciutto. You can have all these different things. There's a lot of great options when it comes to the carnivore diet. I just sometimes think that we're not thinking about it. Those of you that are hunters know what I'm talking about, because you've been eating a lot of these different types of meat for a really long time. Eating duck and elk and bison and venison and whatever else you can get your hands on. Enjoy the variation that you have on the carnivore diet in the comments below. Let me know some like sleeper foods that you're sneaking in here and there that are still part of this. Let's not forget that we also have the option of eating some Jell-O. Yeah, gelatin, right? So I eat that almost every night with some heavy whipping cream on top of it. If I feel like going back and eating 2 or 3 or 4 more, I'll eat 4 or 5 or 6 of them, because they're only 10 calories a pop. And so if I ate 5 or 6 of them, it's only 50 or 60 calories. Comments below, let me know what you're doing to get yourself through each and every day on this carnivore diet. Remember, I'm Mark Smelly Bell, and I am your ultimate carnivore resource. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell other people to subscribe. Strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. Catch you all later.